Good morning, good morning. Well, yeah, it's still morning. If you're new here, my name is Maxine Samone. My company's name is A Touch of Venus, and I'm here to help you build a better relationship with yourself so you can have a better relationship with the world around you, okay? And I am interested in looking into what's to come with the Lionsgate portal, because it's tomorrow. Personally, as you can see, I just got out the shower. I'm very moisturized. I feel great. I was actually given a bath to use, like not a bathtub, but like a bath mix from like this shaman lady that I met out here. And it was like, had sunflowers and cinnamon and all those things. Hello. And sunflower, cinnamon, like all the things for abundance. And like, yeah, I was given instructions on how to use it. And so I did that this morning and I feel amazing. But I gotta let like it soak in, you know? But I wanted to do a collective reading because tomorrow is the Lionsgate portal. And we've been moving through portal energy for a while now, like in this middle space. And so this is kind of like the peak of it. And then we're going to be like, I guess like descending from this elevation point, or like, yeah, I said peak, so like an elevation point. But yeah, so if you're feeling heightened emotions, if you're feeling like there's miscommunications, if you're feeling like shit keeps getting changed or switched around on you, if you're feeling maybe really tired right now, you know, I would say that's normal. But also like give yourself time to rest. And when I say rest, that doesn't mean just sit and scroll on your phone. That means like connect with yourself, you know. But I want to see angels, ancestors, spirit guides, higher beings of light and unconditional love, divine mother, divine father. What are the best and highest messages for the collective for the Lionsgate portal? The Lionsgate portal tomorrow. For this collective, what are the best and highest messages? Spirit is popping out. And look at that big sun on the card. Thank you for the likes. But yes, this is fire energy. This is also individualism. This is like you tapping into your unique spiritual path, whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't mean you have to be like a guru or anything like that. It's just like you getting in tune with yourself. Like spirit is going to be illuminating something. And I feel like, again, like there's like a heightened sense of this. Like you might be really sensitive right now. I just feel like the fire elements, there's a purification happening, like a burning, like a yeah, there seems to be like a purification happening. There's some kind of like information that's coming through. I feel like we're just gonna take these and keep going. I see 10-10, so there's a completion of something. So I feel like, okay, so this is kind of like this is what it is. This is the middle, because we're talking about the 8-8 portal, so we're talking about a figure 8, you know what I'm saying? And so like I said, we're hitting this peak, or basically the middle of that figure 8. Like there's been this condensing purification process where you're supposed to be shedding, you're supposed to be moving away, you're supposed to be getting rid of things, you're supposed to be changing dynamics, you know, like becoming more in alignment, like shifting more into alignment with who you really are at this point in your life and making those changes, you know. And there's right in the middle, there's Uranus, which is genius. This is the spiritual downloads that come in. Hello, that come in, like, and look at it's, oh no, it's the number 9. I thought it was an 8. It's the number 9. But there's a completion, like, we're going through the purification process, and then, like, this is turning a new leaf. On the other half of this, we have the water element sensing, and then Virgo analyze. So that's really interesting to me, because this seems to be like paying less attention to the emotional fluctuations, I guess, and more on like actually paying attention to the details of like how things are making you, not how things are making you feel, but like, because there might be like a sense of nostalgia also. I keep talking about this, like this grief kind of feeling of having left so many things behind. It's like really closing that door, it feels like, and not being so much in your emotions, but being in your mind space, and like, because that also happens around the Lionsgate portal. Last year, the Lionsgate portal, I was in the middle of a blow up, you know? So like, things get very like heated, especially as people's egos are activated, because this is Leo energy. And we're supposed to be shedding a version of ourselves, not attaching and holding on to that version of ourselves. So the emotions, like, I guess Spirit is saying, like, the emotions are heightened right now. Like, don't feed into the emotions, more lean into your, it says I analyze, I guess observe, you know. Yeah, so this literally talks about moving away from home, or maybe moving back home, something along those lines. It's like the inner child, but then the village is where the inner child learned that's where the inner child became aware of like socialization, shame, communication styles. Like, this is where you got programmed. This is the circle, your comfort, you know, your comfort, you know what I'm talking about. So the inner child, I guess the spirit is trying to really take its own path right now. It's not trying to like follow what feels like the programming. Yeah, clarifying the desire card is more desire. Like Eros, we talked about this, like connecting to your desires, connecting to that primordial, like creative energy, which is inherently sexual, but it's not sexual when you're getting like the inner child involved. This is like a natural instinct to want to create something. You said you're moving away. Me too. Oh, that's a lot. But yeah, it's like you are tapping into, it really feels like you're, like I said, this purification process is like you burned it down, you're starting over, and with that, Spirit wants you to be excited about the future. Observe the potentials, because Virgo also talks about noticing the potential. Don't get so stuck in your emotions about like things that, you know, maybe you've had to release in the moment or in these past moments, and focus on really like the excitement that I feel like your inner child feels, being able to create the life that they've always imagined. Exactly. I'm like, so the desert is about a hallucination, the shadow, and the empty room. The empty room is all about potential, but the shadow would have you thinking that that's not potential. It's just empty. Like, I'm by myself. Like, I don't have anybody. Everybody betrayed me. I can't trust people. How are you going to move forward and create the life that you want to live? And you have these belief systems, like, or you have your shadow controlling you, you know? So I think that there's something to be gained here when you can take a step back and observe what your shadow is kind of like showing you at the moment, which could be some limiting beliefs. But more so, it doesn't feel like so much the shadow work. It feels like inviting your desires to come out from the shadows. What do you actually want to create, and why was that even pushed into the shadows in the first place? Like, what part of you doesn't feel like that's sustainable? What part of you, it's like shapeshifter, like you are literally transforming right now. What part of you wants to be seen right now? What type of life do you want to live right now? And why wasn't that? I wanted to focus on so much of, again, why. It just feels like Spirit is like, don't even worry about it. Like, literally move forward. Like, move forward, you know? Like, bring your desires out of the shadows and bring them to the light. That's what it feels like. The thing that you've been waiting to do. Exactly. It's like, yes. So thinking outside of the box is going to help you bridge this gap, pretty much, the bridge. So I feel like I'm so tongue-tied, which is annoying. It's like the riddle on the bottom of the deck. It's like, what are you gonna say? How are you gonna say this? But it really feels like you've been stuck in this box because you've allowed shame of your true desires of how you want to live, which may be unconventional. It may be a lot more free than most people. It may challenge other people's egos. So then you felt oppressed in the past, you know, trying to go after what you want to go after because you didn't believe it was possible based off of other people's projections, all of these different things, right? Spirit is inviting you to bring your desires out from the shadows and to kind of climb out of this box and to notice that these desires have been placed on you for a reason. And it's time for you to like get out of this story of like, oh, being in the rough. Like, can you just be a diamond? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you just shine and not be in the rough anymore? You know, like it just feels like there's this unnecessary repentance that we put ourselves through where we have like shame. I would say that it's necessary to go through the stages of grief when you're letting something go, but the emotions can have you stuck sometimes. Feeling all of these other feelings that are unnecessary for your growth to move forward. And I think that that's just a very human thing. It's a ego thing, a shadow thing, because we are very like programmed with shame, especially like I said, the first card that came out was the Village. Shame actually served a purpose back in tribal type of cultures, because there were certain societal rules or like rules even for like survival. And so when someone went against those rules, the tribe would turn their back on them, right? So they learned the lesson because you need the tribe to survive, you know? So shame served a purpose at one point, but now it's been twisted and contorted into like instilling shame, especially around pleasure and living a life that is full of joy. And we turn it against ourselves. We learn it at such a young age, and then we're afraid to explore our desires because of shame, you know? So right now there's a seed being planted. There's something that wants to come to fruition. This is a lot as well. We'll get one more for the seed. Because you've been connecting with yourself. That's kind of symbolic. Because you've been connecting with yourself, you've planted the seed of love within yourself. You're releasing shame. You're releasing the need to judge yourself for what you actually want to accomplish, what you want to achieve, what you want to experience, the feelings that you want to feel, the people that you want to be around. You're holding space for yourself to actually explore your desires without shame, which is debunking this kind of like, it's like a skewed way of looking at yourself. And since you've planted this seed of like self-love, this is going to blossom and allow you to, I guess, start your harvest, you know? Because Virgo also kind of talks about that. It's the day-to-day. Also, it's like the details, you know? So it's like the small things that you do on a daily to help you release shame. The small things that you do on a daily to pour into yourself that allow you to explore your desires. It may be like just, you know, say you want to, I don't know, say you have a big project in mind you're allowing yourself to actually even sit down to do some research and be like, okay, this is what this would look like, rather than it just being like kind of stored in the back end and not ever really explored. And you don't, that's when it becomes like this shapeless monster where you don't know how to actually bring your dreams to fruition, because, you know, because you make up all of these other things in your mind as to why you can't do it. When you actually sit down and allow yourself to do the daily steps, that is showing love for yourself. That is giving yourself permission to live a life that you desire, you know. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the likes. So I feel like Spirit is really, this feels like a very fiery time. This is like, for those of us that are not comfortable with like fire energy, and I say us because I have a lot of water energy, and fire energy makes me uncomfortable, you know, like I've associated it, again, it's your associations too. There's shame around desire, there's shame around sexuality, there's shame around anger, there's shame around all of those things, and like speaking up for yourself and standing up for yourself and like being accountable, not just accountable, but like a leader in your own life. Like those can be uncomfortable things when that's not the energy that you're used to operating from, you know? So there's a change in perspective. There's a pause as well. A change in perspective mainly though, because the 10 of Swords, it's like, I saw 10, 10 earlier, and now we have another 10. So it's like this chapter of, I wouldn't say this chapter, but it feels like this long road of betrayals and like disappointment and all these things. We're recognizing where that actually comes from. And so there's a change of perspective. You're realizing how much of the things that, how many times you've held yourself back from doing the things that you want to do because of shame, because of other people's projections. All of these swords are other people's ideas, belief systems about you that you took and you accepted as your own truth. The stories that we tell ourselves, you know? Oh, thank you for the is it a gift? But yes, we betrayed ourselves, and we pushed our desires into the shadows. And every time we chose to believe somebody else over ourselves, every time we chose to love ourselves or love someone else over ourselves, that was a sword in our own back, you know? And we're deciding, again, we're starting to plant seeds of like love in ourselves, which helps us to see ourselves more clearly and helps us to debunk the shame around what we actually want to experience. So we have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So there was a lack of reciprocity or manipulation. Interesting. Like I said, like every time you chose somebody else over yourself, that was manipulation. You know, well, that wasn't, I wouldn't say that was manipulation necessarily, but you manipulated yourself into accepting less than you deserve, you know? And that's what this purification process feels like. It's like a purification of the mind and the heart. It's like burning, like it really feels like a huge foundational like belief system is kind of falling down. So yes, healing the heart from codependency, which is beautiful. You said you just lost your mom last week. I am so sorry to hear that. But I also feel like with death, there's something about the process of that invokes such like raw emotion and brings you back to this present moment. And I also believe that you just gained a new guide, you know? I feel like there's a way to build a relationship with people that have passed without the blocks of like this material realm, you know? That doesn't make it any easier emotionally though. So praying for, you know, your healing. But yes, it does feel like healing heartbreak. It feels like this fear of being alone is kind of being burned away. This fear of doing things alone is kind of being burned away. This like looking outside of yourself for advice is kind of being, it's like you're like, I've been paying attention to what everybody's been saying to me this whole time and I haven't gotten where I want to be still. So why am I listening to people that aren't in my position, that aren't even in the position that I want to be in, you know? So it's like starting to trust yourself again. Ooh, yep. Then we have the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups. This to me feels like coming into union with yourself. This is, we just went through like a lack of codependency, you know? So this feels like your masculine and your feminine finally coming together, finally building trust within yourself, finally, this is like a higher level consciousness. Seven of Cups. We have one more for that. One more. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like Spirit's like, actually, this may actually attract a new partner. I'm saying that this feels like union, like this is giving like inner union, but I think through that, they're like, well, no, like that is not true. There's like an illusion or a lie or something like that. And you're able to see, like, I mean, I was like asking for clarification. They're like, you know what I'm talking about. I feel like there's something coming in. There's a new partner that is going to reflect this inner union that you have within yourself. So I was asking what the 8-8 portal is about, and look at this little lion right here. The Leo is bringing these two people together. So there may be, I think that Spirit is asking you to really trust your guidance right now. Trust your intuition. If you feel guided to go somewhere or do something, because we have the Moon card, which is about intuition. We have this, it may be something at night. I don't know. I don't really get like an event or anything, but I see you manifesting something or trying to draw something in. And I feel like, there had been delays in manifesting soul family, a partner, or something that was actually in alignment in the past. There had been delays because this flew out all the way over here where it has these betrayals. So now that you're releasing these stories, you're trusting yourself. I feel like if Spirit gives you some guidance to like go somewhere or do something, you may possibly meet somebody. I feel like this is giving me, is this travel involved? I feel like you may get I feel like you might have something coming in for you that actually pulls you away from another group of people. So like, okay, so what I'm getting is like, you may be moving, right? We talked about moving. And there's going to be something revealed, or you're told to go somewhere else. This is going to, again, another step, another like signal sent to the universe of like you trusting your guidance over what makes sense over what other people tell you. Because maybe you're moving closer to family, because I got like 10 of Cups. That's family, but 10 of Cups in reverse, you know? So there may be another redirection, because it just feels like there's delays over there with the village, with the home space. So Spirit is trying to get you out of this situation with like unscathed. pretty much, and they need you to listen to your guidance. So it feels like if you get any kind of feeling that you need to leave, or that you need to like take a break, or I don't know, it feels like, again, something in the night, or like something that may be hidden from you, but it may happen suddenly. Am I on the right track with that? They really want you to, they don't say this to make you worried, because there's something about losing sleep. They want you to, so maybe when you are, okay, so this kind of makes sense. Maybe they'll send you a dream. It's going to be some kind of intuitive hit that's going to be like, okay, I need to get the fuck out of here. And they want you to act on that. Like, yes, he's just not being fair in certain things we discussed, and it just broke me. Yes. So like if you are in this Knight of Swords energy, or if you start feeling like that, if you start feeling like unsettled, confused, this is another invitation for you to trust yourself, and for you to be in this King of Wands energy, which is a leader in your own life. And I feel like that's what Spirit is asking you to, like, there's already been, or there will be, a judgment call made on this situation, because it's causing too much like struggle and strife for you. So this is, again, like the undercurrent of this reading was loving yourself, not betraying yourself, not having shame for the decisions that you make, for doing what's best for you. So there's saving your money, saving your time, saving your energy. Yeah, something will be ending so that you can save your time, save your money, save your energy. Anything else? I feel like this feels like, yep. I was gonna say, I feel like this 8-8 portal feels like a final door like being shut. You know, like that's really what it feels like. It's like, okay, the end of an old reality, the end of a timeline. And then as I say that, the 8 of Cups, an 8 pops out, and the 8 of Cups is about walking away, you know, leaving something behind. And this is like clarifying the Death card, which is literally like, this is done, you know. So yes, consider this spiritual protection so that you can have the time and space to grieve, hello, heal. Spirit is trying to guide you into a new space that is more, I was talking about on yesterday's reading, cultivating the environment to keep your flame lit, you know what I'm saying? Because a fire requires a certain level of oxygen, something to burn on, right? It requires everything but water, really. So even having on the bottom of this reading, we have the emotions in the reverse. This feels like whatever situation this is trying, the 8-8 portal is trying to close, it brings a lot of emotional turmoil, which does not allow your flame to stay like lit, you know? This is like the, I mean, the traditional deck, but it's, you know, it's pretty. But yes, I feel like this, consider this spiritual protection, because you are about to be in your Queen of Pentacles energy. That's why I feel like there's this undercurrent of like saving your time, money, and energy, not allowing your emotions to go all over the place, removing yourself from situations that make you feel like your emotions are all over the place. Because yeah, like you need to be in your feeling secure about yourself, and we're healing that aspect of our lives. Oh, and then we have the Queen of Cups too. So trusting your intuitive hits when it comes to protecting your funds, you know what I'm saying? Okay, anything else? And then we have the King of Pentacles. Ooh, who's the King of Pentacles? You gotta if you follow this guidance, a King of Pentacles. I was like, who's the King of Pentacles? We got the wish fulfillment. We got a celebration. We got a pair. And we got being in your, this is Four of Swords, which is resting. And then we have the Empress energy. Being the soft life is on the other side of you removing yourself from this situation that looks like it's pretty fucking toxic, you know? So, I just got chills. There's a King of Pentacles on the other side of this, and it's not about doing it for that, but I feel like we were mentioning, like, there's something that you're manifesting. I was talking about union within yourself, but because you're doing that, it's being reflected outside of you now, and you're becoming in alignment with someone that is secure in themselves, that has the resources, that can allow you to be both, not only his partner with the Queen of Pentacles, but also in your femininity with the Queen of Cups. I love that. You are a messenger, speak your truth. So Ten of Cups and the Sun. So it's going to basically, you're going to have to stand up for yourself. You're going to have to remove yourself from the situation. The Tower. And this is going to move you. This is going to be closing a door. I'm reading this for the 8-8 portal. This is closing the door so that like a new life can open up. There's Sagittarius here with expansion. Trust your intuition. And clear vision. You are right. Interesting. We have Justice here as well. So the scales are being balanced, and the water pops up, and air, and then Libra. Interesting. So bring voice to your emotions. If something is making you feel uncomfortable, it's your job to stand up for yourself, to speak your truth, to balance the scales and not just accept anything, you know? Stay focused. Remember why you started. Sacrifices, Gemini, and the truth. Yeah, the truth shall set you free. Okay. The truth shall set you free. Look at these people, they're talking to each other. It's like sacrifices. It's like, yeah, I am going in a new direction, you know, and sorry about it, but I don't deserve to have to accept X, Y, and Z, you know? Or I'm tired of having shame around X, Y, and Z. And like the more that you live from a place of desire, the more like you just like reek of like authenticity and love. And that is such a magnetizing, you know, frequency to be on. It's going to draw the people that need to be in your life right to you, you know, because you're going to be in the places where you can manifest the life that you want to live. You're going to be around the people that think the same way. You're going to be exposed to, you're going to be in the same, you're going to be on the same wavelength, okay? For instance, I'll just give you a little example. I started this reading with saying, like, obviously I just got out of the shower, and I did like I did a spiritual shower, I guess. I got a bath mix from a lady. She was a shaman out here. She gave it to me, and we were just vibing because I'm out here like doing my own thing, and she was very attracted to my energy. She literally told me that. She was like, you just seem like I just wanted to come talk to you. And then the more that we talked, like we had so much in common. She ends up gifting me that, and it had like all of the like, you know, sunflower, cinnamon, all of these beautiful things that like represent like this Leo portal energy. And I made a new friend, and now we have exchanged information, and she invites me to events and all of these things. And it's just like, you know, you have to be in those environments. Yeah, a new beginning is coming in very quickly. As I'm cutting the deck, I'm just seeing all good cards. I saw the Ten of Pentacles. I see the Ace of Wands. I see Justice. I see the King of Pentacles again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yes, this is going to be posted on YouTube if you didn't see the full reading. If you'd like a personal, the link is in my bio. Or if you're seeing this on YouTube, everything can be found in the description box below. Okay? I'll catch you guys later. I might hop on later.